Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
An assault in which the assailant makes physical contact. A series of stamps operated in one mortar for crushing ores. The heavy fire of artillery to saturate an area rather than hit a specific target. A device that produces electricity. May have several primary or secondary cells arranged in parallel or series. A collection of related things intended for use together. Took a battery of achievement tests. A unit composed of the pitcher and catcher. Group of guns or missile launchers operated together at one place. An assault in which the assailant makes physical contact. A series of stamps operated in one mortar for crushing ores. The rapid and continuous delivery of linguistic communication, spoken or written. A barrage of questions. The heavy fire of artillery to saturate an area rather than hit a specific target. They laid down a barrage in front of the advancing troops. Address with continuously or persistently, as if with a barrage. The speaker was barraged by an angry audience. The heavy fire of artillery to saturate an area rather than hit a specific target. An attack by dropping bombs. The rapid and continuous delivery of linguistic communication, spoken or written. A bombardment of mail complaining about his mistake. The heavy fire of artillery to saturate an area rather than hit a specific target. The act, or an instance, of subjecting a body or substance to the impact of high-energy particles, as electrons or alpha rays. The heavy fire of artillery to saturate an area rather than hit a specific target. The shelling went on for hours without pausing. A device that produces electricity. May have several primary or secondary cells arranged in parallel or series. The crime of forcing a person to submit to sexual intercourse against his or her will. Attack in speech or writing. Attack someone physically or emotionally. The mugger assaulted the woman. Force someone to have sex against their will. A threatened or attempted physical attack by someone who appears to be able to cause bodily harm if not stopped. Close fighting during the culmination of a military attack. Thoroughbred that won the Triple Crown in 1946. A mill in which ore is crushed with stamps. A mill in which ore is crushed with stamps. Call forth emotions, feelings, and responses. Provide with fuel. Oil fires the furnace. Start firing a weapon. Go off or discharge. The gun fired. The process of combustion of inflammable materials producing heat and light and, often, smoke. Fire was one of our ancestors' first discoveries. Start or maintain a fire in. Fire the furnace. Feelings of great warmth and intensity. Become ignited. The furnace wouldn't fire. The act of firing weapons or artillery at an enemy. Hold your fire until you can see the whites of their eyes. Intense adverse criticism. Clinton directed his fire at the Republican Party. Terminate the employment of. Discharge from an office or position. The boss fired his secretary today. Cause to go off. Fire a gun. Destroy by fire. A fireplace in which a relatively small fire is burning. They sat by the fire and talked. A severe trial. He went through fire and damnation. Bake in a kiln so as to harden. Fire pottery. Drive out or away by or as if by fire. The soldiers were fired. Fuel that is burning and is used as a means for cooking. Put the kettle on the fire. Generate an electrical impulse. The neurons fired fast. Once thought to be one of 4 elements composing the universe, Empedocles. The event of something burning, often destructive. They lost everything in the fire. The termination of someone's employment, leaving them free to depart. The act of firing weapons or artillery at an enemy. The act of discharging a gun. The act of setting something on fire. A device that produces or is powered by electricity. Several things grouped together or considered as a whole. The act of accumulating. An increase by natural growth or addition. Finance. Profits that are not paid out as dividends but are added to the capital base of the corporation. Request for a sum of money. Several things grouped together or considered as a whole. The act of gathering something together. A publication containing a variety of works. Several things grouped together or considered as a whole. The act of gathering something together. A system of components assembled together for a particular purpose. Several things grouped together or considered as a whole. A group of persons together in one place. The social act of assembling. Form a team. We teamed up for this new project. A cooperative unit, especially in sports. 2 or more draft animals that work together to pull something. A cooperative unit, especially in sports. A small squad of policemen trained to deal with a particular kind of crime. A smallest army unit. An army unit that uses big guns. Large but transportable armament. A means of persuading or arguing. An army unit that uses big guns. Physical efforts to oppose a lawful arrest. The resistance is classified as assault and battery upon the person of the police officer attempting to make the arrest. The battery used to heat the filaments of a vacuum tube. Battery for supplying a constant positive voltage to the plate of a vacuum tube. Battery used to maintain the grid potential in a vacuum tube. Battery consisting of a number of voltaic cells arranged in series or parallel. Battery consisting of voltaic cells arranged in series. The earliest electric battery devised by Volta. The yarn, as in a rug or velvet or corduroy, that stands up from the weave. For uniform color and texture, tailors cut velvet with the pile running the same direction. A large sum of money, especially as pay or profit. Arrange in stacks. Fine soft dense hair, as the fine short hair of cattle or deer or the wool of sheep or the undercoat of certain dogs. A column of wood or steel or concrete that is driven into the ground to provide support for a structure. Often followed by of, a large number or amount or extent. A collection of objects laid on top of each other. Press tightly together or cram. A nuclear reactor that uses controlled nuclear fission to generate energy. Battery consisting of voltaic cells arranged in series. The earliest electric battery devised by Volta. Place or lay as if in a pile. The teacher piled work on the students until the parents protested. Battery consisting of a number of voltaic cells arranged in series or parallel. Battery consisting of voltaic cells arranged in series. The earliest electric battery devised by Volta.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.